Thousands gathered for a tribute to the Orlando terror victims. The London Gay Man's Chorus sang Bridge Over Troubled Water. It was one of the many vigils that have been held all over the world. Everybody touched by this tragedy all around the world and the country. Welcome back to CBS This Morning.
We have a better idea this morning of who the Orlando gunman Omar Mateen is, but there are questions about why the FBI looked at his background and then didn't act. The 29-year-old security guard told his employer that agents questioned him in 2013. The company didn't know the FBI checked him out a second time. We also know Mateen claimed to have ties to several terror groups, not just ISIS, and investigators are trying to figure out if he visited the Pulse nightclub before the attack. Former FBI senior criminal profiler Mary Ellen O'Toole is here. She spent more than 20 years investigating mass shootings, including the Columbine massacre. Good morning.
Good morning.
A lot of important questions this morning. One thing that has emerged today is there are now 4 different witnesses who were regular attendees at the Pulse nightclub that said Mateen had been there on many occasions. What does that suggest about him and his motive?
As part of a mass shooting, especially one that is so well planned, you expect the shooter to surveil the venue before they do that. But what's being described today is outside the realm of surveilling a venue to make sure you pick the right time and the right group of victims. This, to me, suggests somebody that may have had sexual identity issues. And may have actually been struggling with the idea that he himself was gay. And that would add a different motive and a different perspective on the case. But I think there's a distinction between surveilling for purposes of completing the shooting successfully and then actually being engaged in the activity itself that he targeted.
You know, because there are reports that he was on gay apps and that he'd asked men out in the past. It was more than just, I'm just there enjoying the drinks.
That's more than surveillance.
What do you make, Mary Ellen, of reports that he was so calm and so cool when he called 911?
Being so calm and cool is really important, and I say that for this reason. It's hard to visualize, but being inside that club, you had all those people crying and yelling and screaming for their life. It was chaotic, and yet he's staying cool, calm, and collected. That goes to his personality. That's not a product of being well-practiced or well-versed. That goes to him being hypo-emotional. It's extremely callous. It shows an extreme lack of empathy for the victims. A lack of guilt, a lack of compassion, and those traits did not just occur the day before the shooting. No, those were personality traits that pre-existed the shooting.
Killing someone like that in a mass way with that kind of power, you ask the question, why? Because you know you're taking lives. How can you do it? What is in their head? Well,
the thinking, again, really pre-exists by months, if not years, the actual carrying out of the event. First of all, the individual has to develop the ability to dehumanize other people, to turn them into objects. So he did not see those people inside the club as humans, they were objects. It also requires the ability to be practiced and be comfortable with violence. And again, that comes with years of fantasies about violence and violent ideation. And violence is how you handle the world. And it also involves an ability to view the world not as an angry man, but as a person filled with hatred, and not just hatred for gays. I've never had a case yet where the individual was just hateful of one particular group, like women or blacks or gays. It's usually they hate everybody. So they have this nihilistic view of the world. So it's this compilation of personality traits, but the hard wiring is already there.
And it gives them power.
Well, power and control.
And maybe they hate themselves too, Mary Ellen. Is there something about that? Because I'm wondering, I know you can't predict violence, but is there a way that you can prevent it?
Right, we're not where we want to be to predict who will act out violently next. But to be able to prevent violence, we look for patterns of behavior. And some of the things that we look for are a lifetime pattern of basically being somewhat of a loser, not having accomplishments in life. The other thing we look for is a pattern of violent ideation. Everything in life comes down to talking violent about how you're handling it, or a lifetime of hatred for other people. And your role models are groups or people that are filled with hate, who carry out things in a violent way. Again, so you're looking at patterns of behavior, and then, of course, expressions of actually acting out violent and a fascination with weapons, which is probably number one.
Right,
Number
Ellen
one.
O'Toole.
Number one.
When you add all of these things together and you don't have access to weapons, you can't act out as violently as we saw. When you have all these traits together and you have access to weapons and you know how to use them and you're hypo-emotional, you have a very deadly cocktail.
All right, thank you very much, Mary Ellen O'Toole. Very chilling to hear that. Thanks a lot. Right now, it is time to show you some of this morning's headlines from around the globe. The London Evening Standard reports on the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge sending their thoughts and their prayers to the Orlando shooting victims. William and Kate visited the American Embassy in London today to sign a book of condolence. They also spoke to embassy staff who have worked on LGBT issues.
The Seattle Times breaks down Microsoft's plan to take over LinkedIn. The software giant will pay more than $26 billion. That makes it Microsoft's biggest acquisition. The company hopes to connect its business products with LinkedIn's 433 million members. The deal is expected to close this year.
And Billboard says the Hamilton album is climbing the charts after the show won 11 Tonys. Performances by the cast during Sunday night's show gave many viewers their first glimpse of the hit musical. 60 Minutes, too, did right before Charlie's interview.
Charlie Rose, yes. I saw that piece, Nora.
The recording by the original Broadway cast is headed for the top 10 of Billboard's 200 albums list for the first time. This hasn't happened to a cast recording since the Book of Mormon album in 2011.
And honestly, if you can't see the play, get the music, because isn't the music fantastic?
Yeah. And Charlie has now done like 4 or 5 different versions of your 60 Minutes piece, right? So we can see, you can watch it several times.
Right.
Yes.
Well, I mean, they're all interesting, and they
I know,
continue
because
to be
there's so
interesting
much
people.
good
Yeah, 'cause
material.
there's so
The
much-
story is
a
good, the
lot to
music is good,
discuss
the
with
characters
that.
are good, it's
Yeah.
everything.
It's must
And
see.
we're going to continue the Hamilton conversation, because guess who's here? Leslie Odom Jr., starring role in Hamilton, is opening new doors in his career. He's here for his first TV appearance since his big Tony win. Hey, did you bring the Tony, Leslie, with you?
I did. I brought
All right. Yes, there she is.
I haven't been home yet.
But first, a check of your local weather. We'll be right back.
Another great day with low humidity, and temperatures are going to warm up nicely. 75 degrees by noon. Notice the winds start to subside. Just a light wind out of the north, keeping that humidity in check for another day. Highs today into the low 80s, and then the humidity and our rain is back in the forecast as early as tomorrow. Cloudy skies for Wednesday, mostly cloudy with temperatures in the low 80s. Showers increase during the late afternoon, more so into the overnight hours. Thursday will be wet at times, highs into the low 80s, and just a little bit cooler by Friday.
First Alert Weather just named DC's most accurate forecast 5 years running.
Since the beginning, there's been one pioneering light, illuminating the path for others to follow. The distinctive Audi LED technology, designed